Hi, everybody, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we had multiple updates this morning from the captain, or sorry, this morning, and they tried again to get us into port today. As the weather in Fort Lauderdale is apparently not too bad right now. The storm's not expected to hit for another day and a half or so. And so they tried to get us into port to unload any passengers, for instance, people in Fort Lauderdale who live there, or Miami, or in Orlando, and are on the ship, so they can get home and look after their homes and their families and their loved ones, etc. And we were denied again, saying no, restricted access only. But it also is a little confusing because we have multiple uh, people on board who need some immediate medical attention. And instead of letting us go into port, which we would have arrived within a couple hours, they are now flying multiple helicopters out to pick up multiple patients on board. Um, could be going in late into the evening tonight with multiple helicopter evacuations on our ship. And you kind of think if the weather is not that bad and we were only going to pull in for like 3 or 4 hours, would it not have been better just to do that? Um, we probably would have got everybody safely ashore as far as those people who like really needed the medical attention, probably faster than the helicopters are going to end up doing it if they're going way late into the evening tonight to still doing it, because we were told no flash photography and things like that, and they're closing off the upper decks, etc. Obviously, people have to be evacuated from their cabins if they're too close to where the evacuation area is going to be. And so, a little confusing to me. Now, I understand if they say, you know what, okay, if we let that ship in, then we have to let multiple other ships in. Or perhaps since they closed, they sent customs home and they sent other people who are looking after different areas in case of flooding, etc., like that. Then I can understand that reasoning behind it. But, I mean, it's pretty windy conditions out here right now, and we're expecting some rainfall very shortly. I'm just questioning whether or not doing it this way by helicopter evacuation was the way to go. But I'm not in charge. They know what they're doing more than I do. I'm just a passenger on board, but I'm not in need of medical attention like some of the people on board are. If you need to be evacuated and you can't last 3 more days, something serious is going on. And there's not just one, not two, but multiple people. We're expecting 3 to 4 helicopter trips today to get these folks off the ship. So, yeah, let's see what happens. So we have our first helicopter here. It just arrived, and it circled us twice and then headed behind us so it can come up to the front of the ship where it's going to do its evacuation, I believe. Can't hear it right now, but if you're wondering, why I'm questioning why they didn't let us go into port just to evacuate folks, I can see the Florida coast right there. I can see skyscrapers right there. Like, we're 2 hours, 3 hours tops from being able to pull into port, and like if it's not windy enough to do helicopter evacuations on the top deck, then is it really that windy that we couldn't have pulled in? I mean, I we pulled into port in much worse weather than this, and like I said, the hurricane has not hit Florida yet. So you can probably hear the helicopter now. You know, a helicopter evacuation is always risky. And so I'm thinking, not sure why. I'm just hoping these folks have insurance, because a helicopter evacuation, even this close to shore, is not going to be cheap. And so, yeah, why, oh why, I'm still kind of questioning why we're not pulling into port. It's possibly the same helicopter circling around again while they get another passenger ready to be airlifted up. Or it's another helicopter arriving for more people. Because I've heard the helicopter come above me, leave, come above me, leave, come above me, and leave multiple times. Could be the wind, could be multiple people. I don't want to go up and interfere with the operations or anything, get in anybody's way. These are life and death situations, and I'm just going to let the crew and the Coast Guard do what they do. But yeah, let's hope everyone gets off safely. And airlifting like this is never an easy or completely safe operation.
Just to keep you updated, that's the transfer of the first patient completed to a helicopter, and the helicopter now on its way to the hospital, and we wish our guest the very best for a full and speedy recovery. One of our nurses has also gone with the helicopter to make sure the patient's fully looked after on the way. Not sure yet as to the procedure for the next two evacuations, so we're still dealing with the Coast Guard. You can see the skyline of Port Everglades ahead of the ship. We're just going to be turning the ship around now, staying in this vicinity and slowing down while we wait for instructions on, as I say, the next procedures. Well, apologies for all this disturbance this morning. Those of you who were evacuated from your staterooms can now return. And the ship's company, for the moment involved in the safety operations for the helicopter, can now stand down. Depending on what happens next, whether we need to use a helicopter again or whether it's by boat, we may have to follow these procedures once again. Well, thank you for your patience, understanding this morning, and I'll continue to keep you updated. Thank you.
So, as the captain just said, that was only one passenger. So multiple attempts to get the helicopter level and I guess the basket set to airlift the person. Multiple attempts, at least 3, more likely 4 different attempts to do that. So again, now he's in touch with the Coast Guard to try and figure out, are we going to do this again with helicopters? Or are we going to do this with boats? Or maybe they'll let us just go in and drop them off? I'm still kind of don't get it.
Hello everyone, Captain once again. Apologies for disturbing you, but just to keep you fully updated. So we have spoken to the Coast Guard again, and we've agreed the next 2 patients will be taken off via fireboat. We're about 5 miles off the entrance to Port Everglades, and we're just slowing the ship down. We'll be creating a lee for the fireboat and taking them off in the next few minutes. So no more helicopter operations. The open decks can be used as normal, and also guests, as I said, can go back to their staterooms if you are evacuated, and balconies again can also be used as normal. Thank you once again.
Well, now we've come to a complete stop here in the water, and we're just doing circles, waiting for the fireboat to eventually arrive for the latest sick passengers. I mean, we're not budging at all. And oh look, there's Fort Lauderdale. So this is kind of my point, folks. Look how close we are to Fort Lauderdale. And they won't let us in to unload injured and sick passengers who need immediate medical attention. Kinda strange. Kinda strange.